A lot of financial YouTubers claim there are side hustles you can easily make $1,000 or more per day from with only a few hours of work per week. But is it really that easy? I know it sounds like I just called out myself, but I'd like to think that I don't just talk about these side hustles, I go out and actually do them to show a realistic experience. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this video, watching some of the most viral side hustle idea videos from YouTube and TikTok over the years, and then go boots on the ground to try these hustles out to see if they're actually legit.
So I recently discovered something that completely blew my mind. I saw this person on Etsy selling all of these different stained glass designs, different birds, flowers, butterflies, etc. And they've gotten over 119,000 sales since opening their shop. This means they've earned close to $80 million or about $1 million per month selling stained glass designs. But that's not even the part that blew my mind. I did a little bit of digging and I discovered that many of these shop designs are being sold on another website called AliExpress.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced AliExpress, but that's beside the point. These stained glass art pieces are being sold for as low as 99 cents on the website, and the Etsy account is selling them for $35. I think selling this product has a lot of potential, so not only are we going to set up an Etsy page to sell these, but I'm also going to list these stained glass art pieces on my eBay dropshipping profile in hopes it brings in some extra sales. I got to work listing 40 different stained glass items on my eBay store, and it only took me about 2 hours of work. All I'm doing is on the Etsy seller Glass Art Story store is I go to their sold listings, and then once I see their sold listings, I search for a similar product on AliExpress, and once I find a match like this item and this, I copy and paste the AliExpress link for the listing into my software. And with a couple edits to my shipping policy and return policy, along with some price changes on the items, the item is now ready to import to our eBay page and dropship for a profit once we get an order. Another thing I've been doing is listing some of these Halloween themed stained glass art pieces from AliExpress on my eBay store, and this has allowed us to get ahead of the trend by 2 months, and this is super helpful, especially when you're dealing with long shipping times from China. The estimated delivery time for these items coming from China is about 2 weeks, so be sure to let customers know about the shipping delays to avoid any potential issues on either eBay or Etsy. But as I said, 40 listings featuring stained glass art pieces from AliExpress are now on my eBay store listed for a price slightly lower than our new competitor on Etsy, and these additional listings brings us to over 100 items for sale on our eBay store. When one of these art pieces eventually sell, I should profit anywhere from $20 per unit down to about $5 per item sold. But now, setting up an Etsy store is going to be a little bit more difficult. I've only tried Etsy one other time over a period of 2 months selling trendy t-shirt designs, and I only made about $200 in revenue. But this time, since we're selling a different product that's way less competitive, I think we'll have some more success. Marketing on Etsy is a bit trickier than selling on eBay. Instead of reaching a wide range of customers on Etsy, you're marketing mainly to millennial women who practically live on Pinterest and can't resist anything that screams handmade. So with that said, we're gonna call these stained glass art pieces from China handmade to order, hence the delay in shipping times. Now, it's important to note that this art might actually be handmade, except by a kid in an overseas sweatshop getting paid like $2 per hour. Was that too far? My bad, guys. On that note, I put in a solid few hours of work, and this is what our Etsy page is looking like. You guys can see I went with the name Artist Glass Creations, and we have our first 5 listings on the profile. Setting up listings on Etsy took me a lot of time, especially when you're dropshipping a product and you don't have it in hand. I had to search through multiple similar listings online to find good product photos. That's why I highly recommend once you scale up a little bit, you order the product and take some custom content yourself. But since we don't have time for that and we're looking for more of a proof of concept here, I'm going to promote all of our listings at $1 per day, which should be well worth it since all 5 of my items have $10 to $15 profit margins, so we should be in the green as long as we get 1 sale every 2 days. But enough with this first side hustle, let's move on to idea number 2, which is going to be the controversial side hustle of day trading.
Yes, thank you. You will get rich quick. We all will.
Day trading has gotten a bad rap over the years for a very good reason, with over 90% of day traders failing and losing money, and those that appear to be succeeding on social media make it pretty obvious that most of their money comes from their course or trading signals. Since I've joined some trading signals groups in the past, this time I wanted to try something a little bit different by scrolling TikTok until I find a day trader who doesn't give off the typical guru vibe of trying to sell you the dream of how easy day trading is and a course to go along with it. At first, I found this guy TJ Trades who seems pretty legit, but when I went to check if he has any live trading sessions or courses, I found out it has a wait list and it requires a 4-figure investment to get started. I seriously can't afford that. But eventually, after a little more time, I found this guy who seems to give some pretty good advice on TikTok.
It takes 10 years to be a doctor, 7 years to be a lawyer, 4 years to become a financial analyst, but you think you'll be a profitable trader in 6 months. The problem is everyone wants short-term satisfaction, the houses, the cars, the lifestyle, but no one really wants to put in the long nights of work it takes to get there.
He claims to have made over $3 million day trading, and he has a program for $200 per month with live trading every morning. Now that's more in my budget. Real quick, I just want to say that I'm not associated with this guy whatsoever, and I literally don't know anything about him except for like 10 or 15 minutes of research. But on the surface level of his YouTube content, he seems to give some decent advice. He doesn't claim that day trading is easy or that his program can make you get rich quick. So on that note, let's go ahead and spend $200 for his course and set up our trading account. The next portion of this video is sponsored by Moomoo. Thanks, guys. Over the last few months, I've been stashing up all the profit from my vending machine with a lot of the change customers put in the machine down here and some of the cash as well. And today, I'm gonna cash it all in to determine the starting balance for a Moomoo brokerage account we are going to trade stocks with in this video. First things first, we have to go inside the bank and deposit all of this change. Right, Sherlock? Are you gonna wait here?
You guys have a change machine, right?
Yes.
So yeah, I have like a vending machine, and that's just like what I got like the last 2 months. So
Okay. Sounds
yeah,
good.
cool. Thank you.
And after waiting for the guy to count all my change with his machine, he came back with the total.
Came out to 92.79, and then I think two
Oh, my
Mexican
bad.
coins.
And added together with this $304 in $1 and $5 bills, we are going to be depositing all of this vending machine money into our Moomoo account and begin trading with just under $400. Moomoo is a new sponsor we're going to be working with on the channel, and until the end of November, they are going to be giving you guys up to 15 free stocks to begin investing. 5 free stocks once you deposit $100, and another 10 free stocks once your deposits reach $1,000. They are also offering up to 8.1% interest on any uninvested cash and a 1.5% cash reward up to $300 on your initial transfer. So now's a great time to begin investing with Moomoo, and we're going to be utilizing a lot of their features when we begin trading tomorrow. So with that said, it's now the next morning, and before we hop on our first live trading session, I do want to mention that although I mentioned earlier that short-term trading can be risky, being a profitable trader is possible, and you can be part of that 10%. So be sure to create an account with Moomoo down below in the description for $0 in fees on any stock, ETF, or options trades. On day 1, I didn't take a single trade, but after joining the same live on day 2, I got into a call option on Nvidia stock.
My top watch coming into this morning is going to be a continuation on Nvidia. I like to see a potential opening play right off the bat.
In terms of Nvidia, you'd be looking at the 118 cons.
The trade on Nvidia got off to a rocky start, at first pushing up and then going right back down. But in the end, it hit our profit target, making me and the others in the chat a pretty good amount of money.
You can see Nvidia actually taking that move pretty nicely.
Yeah, make sure to scale some here. This is a pre-market high. I'm going to scale half and bar by bar the rest.
Tesla coming back up as well. Tesla held on that candle. I'm going to take the 232.50 calls on Tesla.
And let's just say that Tesla trade wasn't as successful.
All right, I'm out of Tesla here, 228.47. Seems like it's breaking back below this 228.47 level and this previous day close. So I'm out of the trade on Tesla here, just based off risk management. I have to exit the trade here,
resulting in major losses for the Discord members. This pattern seemed to repeat itself throughout the entire week. A few good trades would be called out, followed by a few bad ones that wiped out your previous profits. I personally went 2 for 5 on the week with total losses in my portfolio of $63.42. But to be fair, I definitely didn't get into every trade called out by the Discord this week. But looking at some of the other members in the Discord who posted their P&L statements, it doesn't look like they made very much money either. If you want to trade successfully, in my opinion, to be profitable with it, instead of just copying signals off someone else, you actually have to understand how it works and learn the methods for yourself. This can take many months or even years to perfect. That's why in the spirit of Warren Buffett, we are going to continue our Moomoo account in his style of long-term investing, putting our full $333.37 balance into almost an entire share of Berkshire Hathaway B stock. And we'll keep adding to the portfolio as we pull more cash and change from the vending machine. Which brings me to side hustle number 3 we are going to test in this video. Years ago, Graham Stephan made a video talking about how you can make risk-free profit at any age flipping money.
As a kid, I used to be really into collecting old American paper currency and old American coins. Especially when those state quarters came out in 1999, I got really obsessed into coin collecting. So at the time, my grandpa ended up giving me some of his collection, and that included an old $5 bill from the early 1920s. After he ended up giving me that, I became absolutely obsessed with then starting to collect old currency and old coins and basically anything that I can find.
I actually had a very similar experience because growing up, my dad always collected coins, and he actually still does today. And funny enough, apparently I actually commented on this video 5 years ago saying, very, very interesting. This looks like a great side hustle for me as a 15-year-old. I currently make money from flipping iPhones, and I think this would be an awesome additional income stream. And Graham Stephan actually replied with this emoji. Something you might not know is once a bill or coin achieves a certain age or a level of rarity, its collector's value is actually higher than its face value, aka what you get for the cash or change spending it at McDonald's. And this is where the money flip comes in. You can actually sell these bills or coins to collectors at that higher value, but how do you know if a bill or coin is worth anything?
Okay, so the first thing that I look for is that you have to make sure it's older than 1990. If it's newer than 1990, there's really not much of a premium, and that's really not worth your time. Like if you're getting a 1995 $100 bill that's maybe worth $110, it's just not worth it. Now, my favorite years when doing this are anything between 1929 and 1950. If you can find something that's older than 1929, you basically just hit the jackpot. Now, number two, the second thing you want to look for is what's called a star note. You can tell it's a star note because anytime you look at the serial number at the very end will be a little star. So a star note basically just means that there was an error printing that particular batch of bills. So what the government does instead of letting those bills just go out into circulation is that they burn all of them, and instead they reprint that particular batch with a star at the very end. If you find an old star note, it's worth significantly more money. Just to give you guys some examples, but I had a 1950 $100 star note that I ended up selling for $210. I also ended up getting a 1950 $50 star note that I ended up selling for about $170. Now, the third thing you need to know is the bill's condition.
With that being said, I just collected about $50 in cash from my vending machine location for the last week, and we're going to be going through all these bills to see if I can find any old star notes. Searching through vending machine money might not be ideal since lower bill denomination star notes don't usually have as much value. The best way to increase your chances of getting collector grade money that Graham Stephan actually breaks down in his video is by going into your local bank and telling the teller that, hey, I have an account with you guys and I really like collecting old style money, so if you happen to come across any, I'd love to purchase them from you. And if you're lucky, they might have some to give you. But with that said, looking through the 45 bills I collected, I got one star note from the year 2013, which according to this website is pretty common, so it's not really worth anything. But you can actually also make money with this hustle by looking through your change. As I've said before, my vending machine collects a lot of change. Literally in this box, we have like $30 worth of change just for the last week. So let's go through all of it and see if we can find anything special. Silver can be found in coins older than 1965, and these have higher collector value. And after looking through all this change, I found two 1965 quarters, which kind of sucks because it's right at the year where they stopped being silver, but I also found a 1963 nickel, which according to the internet is worth between 10 and 20 cents. Easy 2 to 4x profit, I guess. This side hustle definitely won't make you rich, but it's good to check your bills and coins you get in change because who knows, it might be worth something. And a final way you can make money in this coin collecting hustle is by posting ads on either Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist saying you pay cash for old coins or bills. Then when people reach out to you, you offer them less for whatever it is that they're selling than you know you can sell it for. And this is a method of reselling that works for pretty much anything. But on that note, it's been a week since we started selling those stained glass sun catchers from AliExpress on both eBay and Etsy. And you guys can see on our eBay store, our sales went from $432.89 to now over $600. But this wasn't all from the sun catchers I sold. In total, two of the same sun catcher I listed from AliExpress sold for $15.99 on eBay, which is quite the profit margin. You guys can see I'm getting these from AliExpress for $1.20 each. None of the other products I sold on my eBay store this week were the sun catchers we listed from AliExpress. It was all other products I listed for mostly Walmart or Amazon. But you guys can see on the Etsy store now, we lost money. $0 in sales with 48 visits on our listings in the last week. Even on the Etsy ads section, our $5 daily budget didn't fully get spent with peak spending of $2.49, but still, that didn't bring us any sales whatsoever, losing us $6.75 on this venture. Etsy is a business I found very difficult to crack, but I'm just happy we sold a few of our AliExpress sun catchers on eBay to make some money. And if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, comment down below letting me know what side hustle I should try next, and also check out the link for Moomoo to get 15 free stocks. I'll see you guys very soon with another video, and peace out.